Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. There is a contingent of YouTubers who are so cucked by Disney and Lucasfilm that when The Acolyte got cancelled, rather than, I guess, accepting that the majority of people didn't like it because it got awful viewership, they're now pushing for YouTube to silence critics of the show, even though it's cancelled. Way to win an argument, guys. Way to win an argument. Way to prove that you're not entirely cucked by Disney and absolutely shilling for Lucasfilm. Way to prove that that is definitely not the case. Definitely not the case. Star Wars Explained. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They were involved. And some other utter retards when it comes to Star Wars YouTubers. Yeah, I said it. I said the R word. Deal with it. These people are morons. These people are absolute morons. If you have to try desperately to silence your opponents, you've lost the argument. You've lost it. If you can't do a conversational battle with your opponents, you've got nothing. You've lost. You're done. You're done. If you can't stand on your own merits with your arguments, and you literally have to resort to trying to silence people, yeah, you're done. Like, you've exposed yourself. Well, one, as an intellectual moron, intellectually disingenuous, but also just as a complete cuck for Disney and Lucasfilm. So let's take a look. It's amazing how The Acolyte has caused all of this. How very bizarre. How very, very bizarre. So, like I said, Star Wars Explained is involved in this, as are other prominent Star Wars YouTubers, all of the left-wing woke variety, and they are. They just are. So let's take a look, right? The Acolyte cancellation backlash, seemingly organised effort underway to have YouTube silence critics of the show. Yeah. Amazing. So viewpoints aren't always the same from individual to individual, from community to community, and from nation to nation. Expression of those viewpoints, however, is vital to the understanding of individuals. Not to mention the ability to navigate disagreements in a civilised, tolerable fashion. Yeah, I mean, that's just, British society and the Anglosphere as a whole was built on the ability to disagree and just move on. It was like, oh yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, we disagree, but okay, it's fine. Not so much anymore. Anyway, let's just scroll through all of this, right? So The Acolyte was a huge bomb. It was a massive failure. But it says here, it might be that the audience are not so easily predicted. It might also be that there's simply little substance to the claim that The Acolyte is under attack from some crazed group of people who want to end the show for featuring minorities, which is the argument that people are making. Or it could just be that it was garbage. So it's also very reasonable to think that the horrid viewership, near immediate cancellation of The Acolyte by Disney, and poor audience review scores are the result of bad viewership, which is from bad writing and just bad overall directing and acting. So despite what should probably be an indictment of Lucasfilm-led Kathleen Kennedy hiring the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein to run the show, a new defence has sprung up. Instead of it being the fault of a wayward studio with rapidly declining engagement, it is instead the act of deranged trolls, apparently. That's right. It's just trolls that did it. Just trolls. So, yeah, let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Hate should not be a career path. Team YouTube, demonetize. Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and Ryan Kinnell. Okay, they're the only people that hated it, I guess. There's more. I've been on the internet a long time, and I remember what it was like before hate could be monetized. What? Hate's always been monetized. You watch the fucking news, don't you? Hate, negativity, sadness, depression. The news is entirely filled with that. It's always been monetized. You fucking moron. I hope that Team YouTube takes this seriously. No one should be able to utilize hate to make bank. This makes the world less safe for all of us. Oh, really? Some YouTube videos makes the world less safe. Alright. Anyway, who's this? Oh, Molly Damon. Who's Molly Damon? Ah, half of Star Wars Explained. Ah, right. Okay then. Right. Yeah, she's a she, her. What does she have? I was going to see if she's got one of those gross Lonely Fans accounts. There was that horrendous image circulating around of this individual cucking Star Wars Explained, the chap behind the show, dressed as Princess Leia. Do you remember that? I'm not going to show it to you because I don't want to insult your eyes. But this person is a turd. The very fact that they are pushing this kind of narrative here, you know, I mean, you're an arsehole. Like, you're an absolute scumbag. Look at this. So what is it that they say, right? What is it that's said here? Dear Team YouTube, last week actor Amanda Stenberg, they, oh fuck off, posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, the latest addition to the Star Wars universe. As if Team YouTube gives a shit about this. What are you talking about? Stenberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic was initially provoked by former Breitbart news editor Milo Yiannopoulos, who aggressively targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism. Oh yeah, because that film was great, wasn't it? After prolonged insults against her, Ghostbusters character resulted in harassment against Jones on Twitter. Yiannopoulos claimed Jones was playing the victim when she called for action against the harassment. The aggressive gaslighting of Jones's experience resulted in Yiannopoulos being banned from Twitter. 8 years later, Yiannopoulos' playbook against marginalised actors has burgeoned into a multi-million-dollar business on YouTube, which has been permitted to develop unchecked with the help of YouTube's partner program. This playbook biggest target is Star Wars. I mean, what? As fans of the Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalised actors. Well, it was also white people as well. They're not marginalised. And members of our community. What's your community? What's your community? Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassments towards women of colour by demonetizing YouTube channels. And then they just list those YouTube channels. What on earth are they talking about? Seriously. In 2018, Geeks and Gamers encouraged harassment against Vietnamese American actor Kelly Marie Tran, leading up to Tran's departure from Instagram due to prolonged harassment. Geeks and Gamers published nearly 15 videos. Oh my god, 15 videos. Relevant to Tran's Star Wars episode, blah, blah, blah. The channel claimed that Tran's character is one of the most hideous characters of all time. The comparison was actually, I mean, I don't know if this is the case, but most people were like, she is actually an attractive individual. They've made her ugly. That's a bit weird. So anyway, they just keep going about people's comments, I guess. I don't really understand. Amanda is the current target of this YouTube-based operation. Right. Okay. Some of these comments are quite funny, to be honest. These YouTubers also use racist dog whistles, including the angry black woman stereotype. I mean, she's made herself an angry black woman stereotype, quite frankly. The hate campaign against Amanda has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. People just don't have their own thoughts, basically. This behaviour is permitted to continue with no repercussions. Right, okay. So basically, policing thoughts now. Action required. The Star Wars fandom, as if you fucking speak for everyone. What is wrong with you? Refuses to watch another marginalised actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction, which has transformed hate into a lucrative career path. It is concerning to us that targeting marginalised actors on other social media platforms has historically resulted in platform bans, whereas the same behaviour has made provocateurs millionaires on YouTube. God, I wish I was a millionaire. That'd be fantastic. The only one profiting from Star Wars' downfall, is seemingly the directors. Like Leslie Headland made bank from Star Wars' downfall. I wish I was making bank from Star Wars' downfall. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, this should be concerning to advertisers as well. We understand that YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. Right. But then progresses to go on and say we don't want free speech. These people are dumb. Like, this Molly, a Star Wars Explained person, is a retard. And she says this. Well, she replies to him anyway. We really appreciate you bringing this to our attention. Do you mind reporting the channel video in the official reporting tool if you haven't yet? This page has more info on how to do it. Right. Oh, okay. I'm pleading with you to take a step back and think what you're doing. This can very easily get taken to a court of law, and lawyers' fees are expensive. Have you thought this through properly? This is true. This is very true. This is harassment. Oh, yeah. Oh, why, yes. I do believe that I will bookmark this for future. This is clearly harassment. Dude, she's laid out everything in that post. Do your job and don't be lazy. Wow. But it's not just this individual. There's a whole host of other YouTubers, like Dash Rendar or whatever the fucking person's called. Knights of Melvin. So, what's this? Yeah, I can't quite believe. So, Molly Damon of Star Wars Explained, Disney's top Disney show, trying to cancel channels. Yep. And it's not just, again, it's not just her. So if we go to Twitter, so I thought I'd just go here and just search some of the names. I mean, look at this, it's just nonsense. Hate should not pay the bills. Again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the entire news is negative. This is just a nonsense argument. Shakespeare. YouTube is rife with harmful voices. That's right, ladies and gents. Harm. Harm is being done by voices. Fuck off. Particularly in the Star Wars fandom. And enough is enough. We refuse to listen to wrong think. We, the fans. You don't speak for the fans. You speak for some fans. Are asking that you demonetize Nerdrotic, Ryan Kinnell, and Geeks and Gamers. Please prove there's no space for bullying on your platform. God, these people. There's a lot of this, to be fair. It's just all here. Look. We demand enforce its community guidelines. Wow. Bent News. A targeted harassment campaign has begun. The target's YouTubers who disagree about the shitty Acolyte show. Yep. It's just loads of it. Yeah. Interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. So, remember, when you, when you choose to go watch people, Star Wars Explained, individuals like that, there's a reason why they are supporting this stuff. There's a reason. Could be that they're shills. Could be. Could just be that they're shills. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Drop it down below. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.